giving honor to God, who is the head of my life, where all my blessings flow. I will be ungrateful to thank the Lord for the children that he has given unto me. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to introduce this young man. He's a graduate from the Senatoria High School, class of 2017. He's a graduate from the Kentucky Christian University, class of 2021. And today, I'd like to tell you what he is to me. He is my counselor. He is my workout partner. He is my prayer warrior. He is an humble young man. I present to some, introduce to others, my son, Sipp.
Amen to God who's in my life for today. I just want to say thank you. Y'all for giving me this opportunity to do this. I'm delighted, to do this, and also giving me the opportunity to do this. It also made me a better person. It also allowed me to self-reflect, come within myself again. So you all made me see it. I'm a little new to this, so y'all please bear with me today. And my task for today is to speak on mental health. And this is kind of a hard topic because you can go so many ways with this. Mental health is a lot, and especially in our community, it's ignored a lot. So I'm honored today to bring it before you today. And the World Health Organization says ideal mental health is a state of well-being in which the individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, and can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. So I just want to ask you all to stay with me today because I'll be jumping all over the place. Today, credit to Tony Robbins, I'll be talking to you about the 6 human needs in your state. And now you all pull out your Bibles. I'll tell you where we're coming from today. I'll be reading from the NIV version of the Bible, so you can start with Genesis 2:18. Mark that first. And after you mark Genesis 2:18, go to Proverbs 17:17. After you're in Proverbs 17:17, after that, mark off Romans 12:2. And once you leave there, can you go to Hebrews 11:11? So now, you all be patient with me. Can you please flip back to Genesis? I'd like to read that out to you. The Lord God said, Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. The Lord God said, it is not good for man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him. And what I want you all to take from that is not good to be alone and helper. Now we're going to go back to Proverbs 17:17, and it reads, a friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity. So what I want you all to take from that is love, time of adversity, friend, and brother. And in Romans 12:2, it reads, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. And what I want you all to take from that is not conform, transform, and renewing of the mind. And then we go back to Hebrews 11:11, and it reads, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Now what I want you all to take from that is faith, confidence, and assurance. Everybody still with me? So now we're gonna go to the six human needs. The first four needs are the needs of the personality. And the second, and the last two are the needs of the spirit. So, and like I said, there's so many ways that we can go about this. So that is why I chose this technique, because honestly, I wanted to come in here. I wanted to tell you all about, when you see it, how to prevent it, how to notice it in people that try to hide it. But honestly, I wasn't led that way. I was led here. So the first one is certainty. Number one. So certainty is firm conviction. And the second one is uncertainty. That's the exact opposite, right? The third one is significance. And the fourth one is connection of love. Okay, yeah. Looking for the fifth one. So the fourth one is connection of love. And the fifth one, it's not here, but the fifth one is growth. And the sixth one is to contribute beyond ourselves. So let's go through this again. Stay with me, please stay with me. So the first one I said certainty. So certainty is firm conviction. It is who you are. It's the real honest truth about who you are. And then we can go back to the second one, uncertainty. Those are those times in life where you're not really certain. And then go back to the third one, significance. It's a quality of being worthy. And the fourth one is connection or love. And okay, there you go. A relationship in which a person or thing or idea is linked or associated with something else. Love, we all know what love is. And the fifth one is growth. Now we all know what growth is as well. And the sixth one is to contribute beyond ourselves. So, and now stay with me here too, that we're still talking about mental health. So we're gonna have to keep our minds open today, and we're gonna have to think deeper than the surface. So why I said certainty first, and I told you all to keep those words with you. Now, certainty, that's where we should place our faith and our confidence. Now we are confident because of our faith. In uncertainty, I have assurance. So those words I told you all to remember? Now, uncertainty, that is assurance. And significance, I have love by significance. In connection of love, I have not good to be alone, helper, and friend. In growth, I have, bear with me here, forgot about that one, but on the sixth one, I have, you give it all back. And brother, growth, I put a time of adversity. And this is where I explain to you what I mean. So certainty, your certainty, that's your faith, that's your non-negotiables. And they come in this order for a reason. Because think about it, so let's walk through life as a child. As a child, our certainty comes from my parents. That's what we go back to when we get hurt and stuff like that. And then uncertainty, that's the world, because we're not really certain about the things in the world. So think about it. Now, I say you have to start in order. So think about a person who doesn't really get that certainty from home, and he starts to grow. And now the uncertainty of the world starts to sway him in ways because he doesn't have a certain background. And then 3, significance. Now I'm telling you about a boy who he didn't get that certainty from home. So now 3, significance. So now he's starting to feel significant with things that he shouldn't really feel significant with. Y'all with me here? So yeah, so we're talking about this boy who didn't get that certainty from home, and when the world threw uncertainty at him, he started to sway. And now significance. So he's still getting them, but he missed the first step. So now this guy's feeling very significant, but what's making him feel significant? Worldly things, and not and not what he should feel significant with. So now 4, connection of love. And what I tell y'all, he missed the first one, certainty. So now the boy has found a lover. Well, he think he has, but guess what? Number 1, he skipped number 1, so the boy never found himself. So now the boy ends up hurting his lover because he never found himself. Now you think about that now. Now, like I said, a certainty should come from home as a child. Now the last 2 I'm telling you about is that the needs of the spirit, growth. Now the boy is growing, but what is he growing with? Because his base is broken. So he's growing with things that he should not be growing with. So now he's probably out. He's probably partying more. He's probably doing all that stuff more. Or he may go to violence. Because if you think about it, if you commit an act of violence as a child, now when kids commit an act of violence, we probably look at him and say, oh, he's a delinquent. But guess what? When he commits violence, doesn't that make him significant? Yes, it does. Because you want to know why? We pay attention to that child who's violent. Uncertainty too. Now when he does something violent, he doesn't really know what's going to happen next. So now he's got uncertainty. And then the connection. We make a connection with that child that's violent. We probably want our kids to stay away from him, stuff like that. And then growth. He grows up and it continues to grow. But guess what? On the 6th one, this child doesn't really make it to contribute beyond itself. Because what we say, man, you're going to end up in jail or dead. So this child here doesn't really make it to contribute beyond itself. So let's talk about another child. Let's go back through again. Certainty. So this child here, he gets his certainty from home. He grows up, he's pretty confident in who he is. Now, this child here, he skips number 2, uncertainty. Anytime he gets in a situation where things are going to be uncertain, his parents step in and they make him feel comfortable. So now significance. This is a child who he missed the stage of uncertainty. And remember the key words too, because uncertainty, I put assurance with uncertainty. And I'll explain why later. So this is a child who he's certain. Now number 3, now the child starts to feel significant. But he didn't go through that stage of uncertainty. And then 4 is connection of love. Stay with me. So this is a child who he feels significant. And now he gets connection of love. Now, I told y'all he didn't go through uncertainty. So guess what? When things got hard, he started to question himself. Who am I? What am I? Because guess what? He never went through the uncertainty. He never went through the assurance. And I'm explaining these people because, we all could be these people in certain moments of our life. And so this boy grows up. He grows up. He goes on about his life. And guess what? Guess what happened when he grows? He got to start right back over. Now he got to go back to certainty. And now he got to go back to uncertainty. Because now all of us, when we reach growth, then we contribute beyond ourselves, it all starts back over. That's when we got to keep reminding ourselves. Now, let's go back to the beginning. Now, this is why I said that right there. Certainty is the first one. This is where we find ourselves. Now, when we're younger, we don't really know much about things. So that's why I say you should receive certainty from home. That's where you gain your faith. That's where you gain your confidence. And number 1, certainty. These are the things that shouldn't change. These are the non-negotiables. Your discipline should be in your certainty, because these are the things that you're gonna get done regardless. And number 2, uncertainty. That's where you find your insurance. So, guys, women, everybody, when we go through things that were uncertain, remember the first step. We must be certain in our what? In our faith and in our confidence in who we are. Because y'all know who we serve. And that's where we get our certainty from. So when we go through times of uncertainty, that is our assurance. That is our assurance of who we are. And that is how we get our assurance. So number 3 is significance. So we're certain in who we are. We're certain in our faith. We're certain in our confidence. And 2, uncertainty. Now we're assured in who we are. And then now we start to feel significant. So now we can feel significant for the right reasons. Y'all, I'm up here with this flower suit on, this gold watch, but that does not make me significant. What made me significant is in here. Now, so we're not gonna worry about the outer appearance. So now this person right here, now he feels significant for the right reasons. And then we're gonna go to connection or love. Now this is a person here, he already loves himself. And guess what? In significance, that's why I put love under significance, because my family loves me. So that's what makes me feel significance. So now I already got the feeling of love. So think about it. So think about it with me. If you skip, so if I got 1, certainty, 2, uncertainty, and I skip significance, and I get to number 4, connection of love, I'm not going to be able to give love because I've never received love and significance. So now I'm receiving all this love from my family. You know, I feel love. I feel real, genuine love. And think about it. Everybody does not have a family to love them. So now I have to go back to my core, to certainty. And that's why I found out that I reflect back to God. And that is where I receive my love. And I truly believe that if you follow God, he will lead you to a place where people love you and people surround you. So this is a person who now he's certain in who he is. He's been through the uncertainty, so he's assured in the significance. And now he's gaining his significance. Now notice, you all, everybody's pace is different. Because this person here, once he got the significance, he had to pause, right? Because he didn't have a family. And now he's able to give real love. Because he received that love, but he didn't receive it from his family. But guess what? He didn't give up. He kept going. And he reached back to his core. And now we're going to go to connection of love, which is not good to be alone, helper, friend. So guess what? This is a person who when he first got to this stage, he probably thought I can do it alone. You know, I've done it alone this far. I don't really have no family. But guess what? I think God gives us helpers, but all we have to do is be open-minded to receive them. If you have a notion to go to counseling, please go to counseling. No. If you have a notion to take some medicine, please take that medicine. Because I'm telling you, if a man at the gas station said, man, please come talk to me, man, please come talk to me, and something in your heart is telling you, I need to stop and talk to that man, talk to that man. Because guess what? That could be God's worldly help for you. But some of us, we ignore those notions. So you got to think about it, y'all. In connection to love, it's not good to be alone. God will send you your helper. God will send you your friend. Some people find their helper in turning on a video. Some people motivate themselves through videos. So think about it. It's possible for all of us, but we find it in different ways. And so I told y'all he was really naive at first, but now he's starting to be accepting. So think about it. This is a guy, he's certain, he's uncertain, and now he feels significant, and now he's starting to be more accepting of love. So now that he's more accepting of love, should he now begin to get love? Because guess what? Before when he wasn't accepting of love, yeah, he probably got love there. He probably did things that he shouldn't have, but now that he's accepting of love, the love will be fulfilling. And now we can go to growth. And now he's growing. Now this is a person who's growing. So look, when I told y'all about the man at the gas station, it was okay, so we're going to call him Johnny. I said a man at the gas station approached him named Johnny. And what's he going to do? Look past Johnny, because Johnny drink all the time. And Johnny do all this, Johnny do all that. But it's something in his heart telling him to talk to Johnny. And now we're talking about mental health. That conversation between him and Johnny can save Johnny's life, and it can save his life. If he just talks to Johnny and just doesn't be naive. So this is where we have to grow. Now he might see somebody that had family, that had all this, had all that, and that's where jealousy starts to creep in. So if he sees somebody that has family and all that and trying to tell him about his family, he probably feel jealous. But guess what? That might be a person he can learn from. So you guys, I want to tell you all, do not be jealous of someone that you can learn from. Because guess what? That's God's blessing to you. He's trying to share that knowledge to you from that person. So do not be jealous of somebody you can learn from. And then growth comes in all ways. Now, on growth, I put the definition as unlearning and learning. Because in growth, we have to realize that we can always learn more. And then we can always unlearn things that are not healthy for us and all that. We can always go back and unlearn things. And so Johnny is starting to grow. Johnny is starting to become more of himself. Now, I told y'all when he was younger, he didn't receive that connection from home, but he got it elsewhere. Now Johnny is older. And what happens when we're older? Now, it ain't on our parents, it's on ourselves. So now Johnny has to find God for himself. And that is why I put faith and confidence under certainty. Because now as Johnny gets older, he grows. Johnny begins to find faith and confidence in himself because he's flowing through confidence. So now Johnny has found God. And now the world begins to throw things at Johnny. Everything, all the temptation that Johnny wasn't facing, now that Johnny started to believe in God, the world starts to throw a bunch of uncertainty at him. But guess what? That's his assurance that he is flowing in the right direction. So think about that. When you first start to do something, you might really feel uneasy, you know what I'm saying? But at first, it was all cool, it was all gravy, but once you really made that decision, you start to feel uncertain. That's your assurance. Do not run. Stay with it. Now, emotions come under uncertainty because you want to know why? Just because I don't feel like it doesn't mean I shouldn't. Now Johnny starts to believe in God, and Johnny starts to find significance. Johnny starts to find love. Now, we all want to feel unique. We all want to feel different. And this is where Johnny starts to feel success. How do you all define success? What is success to you? Now, we can look back what I tell y'all about jealousy. I can't look at another man and say this and that, because guess what? That's not my success. My success comes from me and nobody else. So I should not be jealous of another man, because guess what? God blesses us. He blesses us all in ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's maybe it's not my calling to be this big time famous a LeBron type. Now, y'all want to know why I believe LeBron is where LeBron is? Because guess what? Look at all the kids that LeBron is changing in Akron. Think about it like that. Don't see it as, oh, LeBron is 6'8". No. His position and all the people that he's able to change, that is LeBron's significance. So that's why God put him in that position. And look what he's doing. He's building schools. He's doing all that. So that's why God put him in that position. Because when you begin to get there, so think about it. Do you all think LeBron would still be as successful as he is if he wasn't doing right by his success? Now, what I mean by that is when God put you in that situation, you got to do right by it. God wants you to bring other people back to him. It's supposed to go full circle, y'all. So do not stop the circle. Because guess what breaks the cycle of blessings? Sin. So we gotta stay with it, you guys. So stay with me here. He's starting to feel love. He's starting to feel significance. And the fourth one is connection of love. Not good to be alone. Helper, friend. Now, since he's here, he can actually feel intimacy. He's preparing to get married, y'all. Now he's doing things the right way. He's starting to feel intimacy, and now at first we'll take it back some just so y'all can get a better understanding of connection and love. Now, look at those people who don't really start venting until they start drinking or something like that. Why did they do that? We're still talking about mental health here. Why do people do that? I can express myself now that I'm smoking or something like that. Why do people do that? Because they feel a connection with that thing. They feel a connection with that thing because they probably skipped out on number one. They didn't feel that connection with their self and God. So in connection of love, now we as people of the church, we should be those helpers. We should be those friends. So what I'm saying is when you see a person out there who is beginning to connect to a worldly thing, something that he shouldn't connect to, we should be mindful of that. And we should always lend a helping hand, but it's not always like that. Because let's go back again. If I walk in these church doors today and I didn't have nothing but a muscle shirt on with some black gym shorts, how would y'all look at me? Now, this is a boy who's beginning to feel certain. He's uncertain about coming to church, but he's coming to church for that significance. So right now, this church can really knock out the three things for him that he's looking for. But what the church gonna do? The church gonna send him right back out the door. Instead of helping this young man. That's what the church's supposed to be. But some churches, y'all, they push us away. And I hate when young people let the church push them away from God. If you're listening right now as a young person, if you ever pushed away from a church, don't let it push you away from God. Just find a new home. Because look, God is the source that led you there. And if you have faith and confidence, he will certainly lead you to another place where you can feel that love, where you can feel that joy. And now we're gonna go back to certainty, because now I feel that y'all starting to understand me here. So under certainty, that's where I have joy. Now, why don't I have happiness under certainty? Why don't I have happiness under certainty? Because joy, we have joy in spite of. Now, joy is something that doesn't change. Now, we're certain in our joy. And then uncertainty, that's why I have happiness, because our happiness can change with our emotions. Happiness is very uncertain, but once we really connect with God, that's when we have joy. And then we're going to go back to number 3, significance. It's the quality of being worthy. That's when we're feeling that love. And then we're going to go to connection of love. Now, stay with me here. I'm probably about to skip through because y'all get the message on those. And then we have growth. So he's growing, and now we got 6, and now we're to 6. You have to contribute beyond ourselves. So now we're to the point where We surpassed all 5 stages. Now it's time for us to contribute beyond ourselves. And I go back to LeBron. If LeBron never contributed beyond himself, wouldn't that set LeBron back a couple stages? Y'all don't think God would have humbled him if he didn't get up and contribute beyond himself? Oh yes. That's why we must. This is why we must remain humble, because guess what? When you contribute beyond yourself, it starts back over. Because as you grow in life, now what you must do is reach back down to your core. And that's when you must refine your certainty, because guess what? Some people reach their success and they change. Why do they do that? Because that's why you have to stay humble, because once you reach them and you grow, it starts right back over. The cycle starts right back over. And that is and this is what I bring forward to you today, talking about mental health. And in the beginning, I told you all, credit to Tony Robbins, it was going to be about those are the 6 human needs that I was telling you about. So I'll run back over them one more time. The first one is certainty. You should find certainty from yourself, no one else. And why are we certain with ourselves? Because I believe God has all blessed us with individual gifts, and we all have a plan. And think about the uncertainty. How do you know if you're blessed if you've never been tested? All right. How do you know if your faith is real if you've never been tested? So guess what? That's why God throws uncertainty at us. Because we need that uncertainty. We need that assurance. And that's how we know we're strong. And now we're at the point where we've been battle tested. Now we start to feel significance. Now we start to feel important. Now we start to feel love. And now we can walk in our purpose. We're significant. We've been battle tested. So now we can walk in our purpose because we're significant. In connection or love. This is where we're at now. So, in this one I have helper and friend. Now just because I'm certain of myself and I've been battle tested and I'm significant now, I'm walking good, I still do not refuse my help. I still need help. I still cannot do it alone. So that's your connection or love, y'all. And then, 5th, we go to growth. Now, I'm certain of myself. You know, I've been through the uncertain. I've been battle tested. I'm significant. You know, I've accepted my help. Now it's time for me to grow. Now I have to grow. And you're probably thinking, okay, well, I've done all that. I'm grown. Yes, you've done all that. You've grew through that. So that is growth. But now it's time for you to actually grow. Now it's time for you to learn more, do more, be more. And most of us, we probably don't know what true growth is. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Your gift, you're blessed. You're blessed in a way that no one else is blessed. Do not let anyone tell you that you are not. Because you're certain with God. So as you grow, you must now respond different to things. Now I can't respond the same way I did when I was uncertain because now I'm growing. So now, and guess what? People might start to tell you, oh man, you come off as cocky or whatever. No, I'm not cocky. But I do walk around with confidence. So now we're growing, we're getting the gist of it, and now we must contribute beyond ourselves. Give it all back. uplift your brother, uplift your sister, because they need it too. You could be the missing link somebody else needs in the 6 human needs. Or you could lead them to find theirs. So y'all got the gist of it, the 6 human needs. So now I want to talk about your state of mind, because your state of mind is tricky too, because, see, you can have all that, but your state of mind, one bad day, and it could all be gone. Think about your state, y'all. Have you all ever been in a time where you was like, man, that wasn't my best judgment, or man, I should have never did that. Think about it. Or on the other side, oh yeah, bro, that was me. I need to give myself a pat on the back. What's up? No. I don't believe in all the time it was so much your ability, it was your state. Talk about the state of mind. So, come with me right now on the journey. So, what in your life today, if you want it to be, could you feel proud about right now? Some people might say, I don't have anything to be proud about, but if you wanted to, what could you be proud about right now? Any aspect of your life, your education, your children, your money, your growth. Is there a problem that you face instead of running from it? Anything. If you could feel proud right now, what is it? Stay with me here. And when you think about that thing you feel proud about, what makes you feel proud? What about that thing makes you feel proud? Think about it. How do you act when you're proud? How do you move when you're proud? How do you respond to people when you're proud? How does your face look when you let yourself feel proud? So think about that. All right, now let's go to another area of your life. Now let's be grateful. What's something you're grateful for? Anything. If you wanted to be grateful, what is something you could be grateful for? What about that, whatever you're thinking of, makes you feel grateful? Now go deeper into it. How do you focus when you feel grateful? How do you smile when you're really grateful? How do you respond to the world when you're truly grateful? Now let's go to another one. Excited. Excitement. What could you feel excited about if you wanted to be excited? What could you get excited about if you really focused on it and you really took it in? If you weren't in a negative place, what's something that excites you? How do you smile when you're excited? How do you move when you're excited? When you're excited, what is life like? And here's a big one. When you're excited, does it touch other people? Now, who feels differently than when I first started? So think about that, y'all. Focus is influenced by questions. If you are to ask a different question continuously, you'll get a different answer, right? So right now what we're talking about is state of mind. And right now, I just asked y'all all them questions. If you're really listening, your state of mind probably changed. Now, think about it. My answers will be different depending on my state. Now, me, I'm probably not as bold and confident as I look. I got up at 6 this morning to prepare for this. I knew I had to come in here in a confident state to stand up here and talk to you all. Now, I didn't wake up and make excuses. I woke up and got myself in the state to be able to do this. Now think about it. Now think about it. My mom probably doesn't feel like working out every day. Her body's probably tired, she's probably sore. But when she wakes up, she's in that state. She's going to push past that pain. She's going to push past that discomfort. And she's going to do it anyway because of her state. Now think about this. If you were to ask me today, how are you? Angry me will probably tell you, man, I don't want to talk about it. Grateful me will tell you, oh man, I'm blessed. So think about it, y'all. It's about your state. As a young man, when I'm going to football camps, do y'all think I can really produce my best is if I go in a nervous state? No, because then I'm thinking too much. So I have to go in a confident state, in a state ready to learn and be better. So stay with me here. I said, angry me would tell you I don't want to talk about it. Grateful me would tell you, oh man, I'm blessed. What's the difference there? I'm the same person, but it's my states. So now that is why we must be careful of our state, because in both of those moments, it could be pivotal. Because now we're getting deeper into it. Now what if someone is watching on either day? Now they will have different perceptions of me. One will say, oh man, he ain't good, man. He was mad when I asked him how his day was. The other person will say, oh, he's great. He's all jolly, man. He said he's blessed. You know, he blessed, he good. What changed? Now two different people have two different perceptions of me. And a person that saw both might call me crazy. But it's just about my state, y'all. Now, they seen the same person, different states. And I'm telling you all, the same way you condition in the gym, you have to condition your faith, your emotions in your state. Because think about that same certainty that I have in God, it'll come off different if I'm angry. It'll come off different if I'm nervous. And it'll come off different if I'm confident. So, now, I said, okay, so I told you all that you have to condition. And it's not easy getting yourself in peak state every day. Like I told you all, some days you may not feel like it, but I challenge you all to take 5 to 10 minutes out of your day and fix your state if you wake up in a state that you do not like. Because guess what? I could wake up in an angry state one day, trying to hide it, trying my best to hide it. And I could come off at someone else in a way that I don't realize that I'm projecting the anger on towards you. And now, you change their state to be angry. But if I wake up in a grateful state, I'm grateful that God has blessed me with another day. I can also project that. If you're going to order food at a restaurant and the person behind the window has an attitude with you, why do you all think that is? Because they came to work in a tired state. They came to work in a state that they already don't want to be there. They went to work in that state and they're projecting it. So, and think about this. Think about this too, because we're talking about states. Now, this week, because I knew I'd be talking about this, I had to actually do this and I had to actually fix my state every day when I woke up. And I knew if I was talking about this, I had to practice this. Because think about it. A lot of us cannot practice what we preach because there's no practice involved before the preaching. So we must be careful. So now when I'm asked those questions, my answer should not conform. Now, remember those words I told you all to remember. And now, right now, we're on the biggest verse of them all, I think. And I'll read it back to you. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. Excuse me. So think about it. When are you truly baptized? Are we baptized when we come out the water? Now, if you ask me, I don't think so. I think true baptism, now yes, it's in the water, but it comes when you have a renewing of the mind. Now we can actually walk like that Christian. Now we can actually talk like that Christian. And now when we wake up, we're going to fix our state every day so we can actually be that Christian. So now when I'm asked those questions, my answer should not conform because of the type of day I'm having. The only way I truly transform is by working on every aspect of my body, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. I do not just go through situations, but I grow through situations. So that way, on any day, when you ask me that question, I remember I'm saved by the grace of God. And I will tell you any day that I am blessed, renewing of the mind. And I want to show you all, I want to share this with you all to close out. I want to share this passage with you all because I truly believe that there is greatness inside of all of us, inside all of us. And honestly, what I just went through you all, which is your state and your 6 human needs, we call the, credit to Tony Robbins, he calls that your model of the world. So what do you see? Now, I see greatness in everybody because that's honestly what I choose to look for. Now, we all know somebody who can take bad out of every situation. Probably know somebody who can take good out of every situation. It's 2 different type of people. So that is my motto of the world. So I want to share this passage with you all, and I want you all to take this with you. It comes from Eric Thomas. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's not our light, not our darkness that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, to be gorgeous, to be talented, to be famous? Actually, I ask you, who are you not to be? You are a child of God, and your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightening about shrinking so that others won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not in some of us, it's in all of us. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others the permission to do the same. And when we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So that's a synopsis of everything I talked about. Thank you all.